sorry that I have been gaslit all my life. And that I finally woke up and everything, I'm an empath more than I am anything. What are you doing? I'm an empath more than I am anything, and it's very painful to understand that I was so abusive to my son that I didn't mean to push him away from me so bad. His grandparents played a role with their covert narcissism and malignant narcissism by not having anything to do with him for 5 years and leaving him alone with a brain damaged woman with narcissistic tendencies that people were telling him I had borderline and probably narcissism. I don't know. I have narcissistic traits. I am not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. My dad is the biggest narcissist. My brother and my sister are narcissists. I can't understand things. There's a pathology in my brain. I've got 2 brain tumors. One was so lonely, it decided to cause the other. That's why I need 2 spouses. And maybe we don't need to get legally married. We can just be spiritually married. That's all that matters to me. Because they're both narcissists and they're also not narcissists. It's a strange dichotomy to be humble and narcissistic at the same time. Go ask my son. He doesn't know how to mitigate the dualities of his own existence. He doesn't understand that when he was with me, he was free. And I was awful to him because he was not paying attention. He wouldn't listen to me. He decided to be the toxic dummy. He's narcissistic, and one of my girlfriends, thank God for her, she sent me this information about how their frontal lobe is ping-ponging like they're being concussed all the time because they're teenagers. They're awful narcissistic. All they are. No wonder Narcissist was a teenager. He fell in looking at his own reflection. I used to never watch myself on YouTube or anything. Now I'm kind of obsessed because I'm interested in what I have to say again. Because sometimes I forget it. Because I have brain damage. And you don't understand what it's like to be raised with someone who has Tourette's. It's worse than Tourette's. My amygdala is damaged. And you don't understand that because you don't even feel your amygdala. I feel my pituitary gland. I feel it because it's pushed forward and it does not feel good. It hurts a lot. It makes me cry when I wake up in the morning. I have exhibited signs of malignant narcissism. And when you are a malignant narcissist, you never go back to say you're sorry. Because when you have brain damage, you don't understand the situation. And there's who, what, when, where, why, and how. And sometimes you don't understand the why, the how, or the what, or the who. It's all confusing to you because it takes you 3 times as long to process something. And you think about your child saying that he wasn't involved with a woman, a transsexual, who was, I don't know if he confused my son because he hated his own mother. My son doesn't understand it, and he doesn't understand the mental illness he's causing himself right now because his brain's bouncing like mine is. Because my frontal lobe is always being concussed. Always. It's awful. I can feel it. It's like boom, 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 boom. With each heartbeat. I can feel that in my skull. Because I have multiple sclerosis, an arachnoid cyst, and pseudotumor sebrae, which is going to turn into an arachnoid cyst. How do you know, Catherine Elizabeth Clay? Because I have done more research on arachnoid cysts than anybody. I guarantee you that. I know more about brain tumors than just about anybody except Samantha Scalamaro. That woman knows way more than me. She had to run the brain tumor list, and I had to deal with a bunch of people that were extremely ill. She had to give it up, just like I did, because too many people weren't helping me. I didn't know how to get them to help. And I could never talk to a psychologist. Psychologists couldn't even tell me about narcissism. It was so sad that some of them thought that there was something like I had borderline or narcissism, and then I tell him I needed brain surgery. He didn't believe me, and then I had brain surgery, and I said, "You thought I wasn't going to change, did you?" He said, "Nope." I said, "It's amazing, isn't it?" "Yep." And then my husband fucked that shunt out of my spine. I haven't had a shunt in my back since 2015. That's how long it's been. And that's how come I had to form another brain tumor, because that fucking asshole fucked a shunt out of my spine. He gaslit me. He put me on 8 grams of fentanyl a day. I almost died 5 times with him. I count being on fentanyl, an 8-ball fentanyl, 2 years in a row for one time. My son was another one, and I'm glad he's here, but I'm mad at him because he's not nice to his mommy. He's mean. He's mean. He doesn't understand that in real life, I'm different. And on paper, I'm different. I can't help it. I'm 2 different people. I've got 2 sides to me. I'm a Gemini. Then there was the time I went up to Dr. Himes. I told him Dr. Himes was trying to kill me because he blamed me for Dr. Glass's dying. Then he flicked that shunt out of my spine, which led to 4 more surgeries. And I got sepsis, which I had to be on antibiotics for 21 days. Look at the whites of my eyes. I live and breathe because Johnny Depp signed my boot when I was in my 20s. I can't wait for him to sign it again. I don't care if I have sex with him or not. I don't care if I get to wrap these DSLs around his big rock star penis or not. I can't wait if I do. If I do, it's going to be fun. I'm going to make sure it's fun because I know how to have fun. I know how to be intimate. I know how to be loving. Here's my honey bunny on my birthday. You are a sheep, that's for sure. He's a sheep. Stormy, he's a sheep. Bah. His brother's Timba. 45 grave. Stormy, come here. Anyways, so there's different levels. Josh's parents are covert narcissists. They like to put it under the rug, pretend it never happened, and then come up and say, it's all going to be okay. We weren't there for you. We weren't there for your mother. We did that to her on purpose. We wanted to make sure you were ours. We wanted to make sure you were hers. Well, watch me change his name. Watch me change his name to Karen Cassius Clay, because I don't have, my parental rights haven't been discarded. I still can get his birth certificate and change his fucking name. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to sue Heather Arachi either, because I'm definitely suing her, because she has no business talking to you. That child molester has no business talking to you. And you don't see it that way because you don't see how they groomed you. You don't understand what Stockholm Syndrome is. You don't see how people will do things to you to make you mentally ill. I was not trying to make you mentally ill. I did not understand I had narcissistic personality traits until you looked at me and said I was gaslighting you, and you never showed me a video on fucking YouTube. You just ran away. And then you listened to a bunch of stupid cunts who told you that it was a good idea to just quit talking to your mother. And it's not. It hurts. It cuts your heart in half. I know. I had to do it when I left my dad. So you think I don't know? You think I don't understand? Well, I'm sorry for a lot of the things I did. There's a lot of things I wish I'd never said. I wish I wasn't in a full psychotic break when you left, when Alexi Burgess was protecting you from me because he had no right to do that, because I wanted to take you to the Getty and try and work things out with you, and you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it because you never wanted to do it. You're exactly where you belong. Look at that, look at that. I certainly never left you looking like that. When you walked out that door, you were still wearing t-shirts you wore in middle school that your grandparents bought you in the 5th grade. You was getting slim. You was feeling good about yourself. And then you left and you blamed me because you wouldn't talk to me, and I was losing my fucking mind and going even more crazy, going more haywire, lost my shit, went psychotic, lost my shit some more, and tried to kill myself. It wasn't because I was trying to be narcissistic. I was trying to get in touch with you. You. And you did not want to talk to your cheekies. You didn't want to see these cheekies. You wouldn't let me kiss your face. You wouldn't let me do nothing to you. You wouldn't let me love you up. You wouldn't let me love you down. You wouldn't let me love you with a stick. You wouldn't let me switch you around. So now you're where you belong. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be quite a year for you. It's going to be an adjustment. And you don't have any say-so over it. I don't know if I'm going to even fight the restraining order for 3 years. I don't think I care enough to care for the next 3 years about you. I wish I could. I wish I could think wonderful thoughts about you. But, you blew off all my birthdays. You never did anything creative except, here's your birthday card. I know it's not good enough. And that made it even worse. If you just had written happy birthday, that would have even been better. And you don't understand how the way that you say things is offensive to me. You don't get that because you don't listen. You don't shut up and listen. You didn't want to hear my voice because you're so narcissistic. You only wanted to hear yours. You never wanted to hear my accent because I don't know why. Because you're crazy. Because you're mean. It's so much easier for me to talk like this than it is for me to talk like this and get my lips all done up so that they're all pursed and everything. It's so much easier for me to talk like this. It is so much easier for me to let my lips hang down and go over my teeth the way they should. It's easier. It looks better to me. I like the way I look when I talk. I like the way my jaw moves. It makes me happy. It makes me happy, and I'm always laughing at myself. I have to. You're all a bunch of fucking bullies. You don't see it because you're neurotypical. You're neurotypical, and you think, oh, I'm going to ignore somebody who's got brain damage. Somebody who's not going to understand what the fuck is wrong with all you goddamn narcissistic, histrionic, borderline, fucked up people on the planet. Why can you not smell your own shit? Why can you not travel to the Ukraine? Why can you not do things to get out of your comfort zone? Why? Oh, because you're lazy and entitled. I forgot. Yes, that's how it happens. That's what it is. It's how it is. That's how it's got to be. Hopefully I'll be able to do some stand-up comedy. I hope this helps some of you. I hope this helps you with understanding narcissism and how it colors your life, because it's awful. Reading Narc daily has helped me tremendously. I hope it helps you too. Have a beautiful day from Catherine Elizabeth Clay.